He was a candidate who was the target of massive attack ads in the recent special congressional election, or the primary. The group behind it now calling it a warning to others. Talking about Republican State Representative Jody Barrett, finished second in the Republican primary behind Matt Van Epps.
And afterwards, the head of an out-of-state political action committee took credit for Barrett's loss. News Channel 5's Ben Hall explains why.
Representative Barrett said Tennessee voters can now see how the game is played. Out-of-state money threatens those who don't fall in line.
Barrett opposed Trump.
This is just one of the attack ads against Jody Barrett. He was called a snake because he voted against Governor Bill Lee's Education Freedom Act, also called vouchers.
Jody Barrett voted no. He'd be just another snake in the D.C. swamp. A slippery liberal we can't trust. School Freedom Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
School Freedom is part of a national conservative political action committee called Club for Growth. On its website, it lists support for things like limited government, school freedom, even Bitcoin freedom. How much did they spend against you in this primary?
Right. All told, it was over $3 million being spent out of state, about $2.5 million of that opposing me.
After the primary, the head of Club for Growth wrote, "I made it clear that any Republican lawmaker who failed to support Governor Bill Lee's Education Freedom Act should expect to lose an expensive primary funded by Club for Growth."
It is a clear threat to scare particularly rural representatives into doing whatever they want you to do.
On their website, Club for Growth displays ads they've run across the country, targeting issues and candidates. They can pour millions of dollars into races like the special election in Tennessee.
You're either going to do what we say or we're going to bury you. It is a clear and open threat. And I personally think that voters in Tennessee should be very aware of that.
Barrett said he voted against the Education Freedom Act, which provided $7,300 of state money to pay for students to go to private schools, because it was bad for his rural district.
I think rural representatives who represent rural districts who don't have private schools as options for their students to go attend voted against the best interests of their constituents.
He cited state data that nearly 90% of scholarships went to students in only 16 of the state's 95 counties, most of the state's wealthiest counties. And many of those who got scholarships were already in private school.
I can't be a conservative and support fiscally irresponsible legislation that is going to put the state in a bad financial position at some point down the road if it's not doing so already.
Barrett said he's a homeschool parent who supports school choice, just not the governor's bill. It was a fascinating discussion, and you can see my full interview on Inside Politics.